Hello everyone, Total Thomas Man here, and welcome to the Minecraft Survival Building Guide. In this series, I will be showing you how to build. It doesn't matter if you're a noob at building, it doesn't matter if you built only 2 houses, it doesn't matter if you're a pro. I will be showing you tips and tricks and teaching you how to build. But before we can build, we have to get all geared up. So I'm assuming in this series, you somewhat know how to play Minecraft. You understand the controls, you understand the basics of the game. And if you don't, and you're watching this cluelessly, I recommend going to check out people like Waddles and Pixelriffs who have their Minecraft survival guides, and Prow if you're on Bedrock, because they can all teach you how to play the game. I'm just here to teach you how to build. So already we're seeing a lot of coal and copper. That copper will definitely be coming in handy later on. We're not going to be using it quite yet though, so I'm just going to grab a bit more coal. So now I'm starting to see some sheep and cows over there, and it's a very nice hill in this brand new 1.18 terrain. So I think I will be going over there. So yes, we have 1 sheep, 2 sheep, a big cave entrance, and 3 sheep. Now we're going to craft a furnace and go ahead and smelt the raw mutton, and while we're waiting for that to smelt, we can craft a bed, then place it down, and this is our camp. So yeah, I really think this is a nice area that we could settle at for the beginning of the series. This brings me to the point of this episode. As you've seen in the title, today I'm going to be teaching you how to build your first starter house. But before we could build anything, we need to gather some resources to build, so I think our best bet is probably going to be to go down into that cave, maybe. I'm sparing the cows for now because we probably will be needing them later on. Okay, there doesn't appear to be a real safe entrance, so we're just gonna dig out the dirt and get down here. And about 3 minutes later, I got too scared to go down there, so I just grabbed a few pieces of iron and a bit of copper. Now, as the sun's starting to set, I think it's best to stay right here. And then I'm going to go chop down some trees. And then again, we need to replant them. That way, we will always have trees in this area, so resources will not be hard to get. And that brings me to my next point, as the sun's beginning to go down and we need to sleep, is you always need to build with what the game gives you. Now, sometimes you'll spawn in a desert, and it's kind of hard to build in a desert without wood and all that stuff, but it's easier than trying to run away for miles and blocks, not really miles because this is Minecraft. It's better than trying to run away and go find stuff. Like, I want to, what if I want to build out of a different kind of wood? What if I don't want to build out of oak or birch? Well, right now, that's all that's kind of available to me at the moment. So it doesn't make sense to try and go out and find different types of wood when I can just build with the stuff around me. And now we have a piece or 2 pieces of iron, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this. I'm making a shield. I always recommend making a shield first thing, especially in 1.18 now. You can attack mobs easily, but you also need to block them like creeper explosions. So now I'm gonna go gather some wood. In the early game, I recommend leaving these tall trees alone because they will drive you crazy trying to chop down. Now, it's time to build our starter house. So for this starter house, we're going to do a design that lots of people use. And the main reason for that is because this is the beginning of the series. I'll be teaching you more complex stuff later on in the series. So, tip number 1 for today is to use your logs to plan. So with the logs, we can plan out how big we want our structure to be. So I want this to be about right there. So we have a 3-block entrance. We can put a door right here, then grab some oak and build that up, and then build the logs up as well to 3. And then we place oak just like so. Then we get this entrance right here. Now, I know it's not detailed. Sometimes you'll see people placing the logs a block out from the walls. But because this is the starter house and I am teaching you how to build, we're just going to do something like that. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to bring it all the way down here. And then we're going to build this up to 3 as well. then we'll have a shape like this. Now, because this is kind of, it doesn't really give you a lot of space because it's like 3 by however many this is. It doesn't give you enough space at all to do the things you need to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and place a 7, and place a block there. We're going to count out 1, 2, 3 on the 4th block, place a log. Then we build that up to 3, and this one to 2. Now, where you're building this house, I don't encourage that you build the exact same house out of the same materials. I recommend that you do something on your own, but if you want to, you can copy this, because the easiest way to learn how to build is by copying others. Then you learn things that you can take over to your own builds. So tip number 2 of today is to build in with your terrain. So I'm going to mine out that dirt block right there, but you can notice how there's terrain right here, and that'll make your build look less flat and less boring, and it makes it look like buildings do in the real world. And if you want to, just for now, you can come up here and place a log to 3 right there. That will kind of help you see where your guidelines are. Next, you're going to want to fill in the walls. This is a very easy step. You just fill in the walls as with the guidelines you have. And you can get rid of this log right here. That way it won't confuse you, and you won't put planks right here, because I do it all the time. Now, something that you might be thinking is, Total Thomasman, why are you building with only odds? Because here and here, you both have odds, and actually we're going to punch that out and put a door. That way you can have 2 entrances and 2 exits. And the reason why I'm building with odds is because it makes it so much easier to build in the long run. Now, I'll probably put out a episode of this in the future about building with odds and evens and what's different about the two. But basically, to summarize it, with odds, you can get a nice point for your roof. With evens, it will connect, but that gives you less opportunity to add cooler details. So now that we have our basic shape done, it's time to work on the roof. Now, for a lot of newer builders, the roof is probably the thing that you're most scared about. And believe me, I still get scared when I do roofs as well. So I'm going to show you a few things real quick to make roof building easier. Number 1 is your overhangs and underhangs. The first line of your roof should always be on the wall. It should never be at the top, because, let me show you. Now look at this. Which do you think looks better? If you're not sure, this is the correct answer, because this will make it look a whole lot better. I mean, just look. It makes it look less boring, because you're not just going straight up to the roof. There's a block gap in between. So now, if you look at this, this doesn't really look too good either. So what you need to do is you need to take blocks like so, and then go out some. Once again, it gives it more detail because it's a block out from the wall. And also, this doesn't look good. So what you want to do is you want to put a block under there. Now see, doesn't that look better? I think it looks better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this and we are going to go all the way up with it. And there we go. Now, you might think, oh no, this is going to be so difficult when you see this. So I'm going to show you that it really is not that difficult. All you have to do is on this bit right here at the corner, just connect it. And the stair connects automatically and it makes it look good. And then we can just go up and do the outline again. And then we need to place one right here and go along here and have it connect up to that. And once you finish your outline on your last side, all you have to do now is fill it in, except for this top part. We're going to get to that in a second. And there we go. This is pretty much the whole build, except for this bit right here, which we're going to need some slabs for. So with the slabs, we're just going to do what you probably thought. Place the slabs just in a line so it all connects. Also, when you misplace a block and destroy it and it falls on the floor, I recommend not trying to get it unless it's something like a diamond block, because you know, it's gonna be pointless to try and get it when you've still got the resources. Now in this case, I'm gonna get it because I still need resources because I ran out. And then we just finish it, and boom. The exterior of our build is pretty much done except for a few more detail bits that we can put in. And it looks pretty good. Now before we do anything else, I always recommend taking a few torches and lighting up the inside. And also, while we're in here, we're going to mine out this bit where we built into the terrain and place it with oak slabs, because dirt with the oak, unless that's what you're going for, is not really going to look good in this case. So we're going to take out these 2 blocks right here, 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 and that's it. And this is where our windows are going to go. Now, I see some sand down there. If you're not in a desert or near a desert, you'll probably have to go down here to the lake or a river or wherever you're located. Try and find a river or something nearby or an ocean, and then just mine enough sand. You only need 6, and then you can smelt that to make some glass panes. Now with your glass panes, you want to very carefully fill the holes in. The reason why my glass is clear is because Optifine hasn't come out yet, or pre-releases, so I can't do connected glass. So I've got a Vanilla Tweaks texture pack. Go look it up on www.vanillatweaks.net that makes my glass clear. That way there's not a harsh border. But as I was saying, make sure you're very careful when filling your windows in, because if you misplace this, you can break it with a pickaxe, but it won't drop the glass. You need an enchanted book called Soap Touch for that, which we don't have right now, so we gotta be very careful, but I think we did it all okay. So now this house is done. The exterior anyway. The interior we will be doing on another episode. If you want to, you can fill that in right there to make it look a bit nicer. And also you could put a floor down. All you have to do is dig out this floor and pick a block that you have access to. Preferably not either cobblestone or oak, which is why I'm not doing it right now. But I'll probably do it off camera after this episode. I will replace the floor, and I'll also work on getting a few things together for the next one. But that is going to have to do it for today's episode. Tomorrow we will hopefully have the next episode out, so look into that. And if you've watched this entire video and are not subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button, because I will be doing a lot of these videos. And also check out my other videos on the Igniter SMP. That is an SMP that I play on with my friends, and I make videos on it, and so do they. So that is all from me today, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.